I got a call from Warner Music and they were like, can you do BTS on set for Morgan Evans? I was like, 100%. And then I Googled what BTS meant.
How the hell are you on stage, off stage, taking photos, and then also doing video?
Like nonstop. Like my Apple Watch is like, are you okay? And she asked me who my favorite band was. And I said the Lumineers. And she goes, that's so funny because I manage them. Like,
no way.
A month later, she called me and hired me and was like, Lumineers needs a photographer for a 6-week tour. And I'm like, I can't say no to that.
Nope.
Do not be in my DMs asking me to get coffee because I won't even answer.
If you're asking someone for coffee, their time is really valuable at that point.
Think of how you can provide something for someone and then kind of build from there. And that's building trust as well.
What was it for your own mental health and just the life that you didn't like?
The road is so hard because it's such an intimate job, but you have to also be careful of how much of your personal life you're letting in. So many layers to it that is so mind-fucking, to be honest.
What advice would you give to creatives that might want to actually start living the life that you're living?
I think that sacrifice really proves a lot to others that are trying to hire you. Say yes to everything, lower your ego, and don't expect anything from anybody.
If you work in live events, whether you're on tour, in production, or just trying to break in, Gigs is built for you. It's the largest community and career platform for the live event industry, where you can learn from people doing the work, connect with others, or hire and find your next job opportunity. And if you're liking the show, please take a second and just give us a 5-star review. It genuinely helps. And lastly, we just launched a brand new merch collection made for the road, just like this one, and this one, and many, many more. Go to gigs.live and shop our whole merch selection. It's really fun stuff that's built for people who are actually on the road. Everything you can find at gigs.live. Through bedside and virtual programs, Musicians on Call has delivered the healing power of music to over 1.2 million people in hospitals across the country. And now, MOC is looking for new volunteers to help share the joys of live music. Volunteer guides are the friendly faces who host the programs as volunteer musicians perform hopeful songs to put a smile on the faces of hospital patients, families, and caregivers. To learn more about becoming a Musicians on Call volunteer, visit www.musiciansoncall.org. Welcome to the Gigs Podcast. I'm your host, Nikki Sands, founder and CEO of Gigs, the professional career platform for the live event industry. And today we have Rachel Deeb. I'm so excited because I've heard so many things. So Rachel is a Nashville-based photographer, creative director, and current media director for the Lumineers. She manages a global team of creatives across a 2-year stadium tour cycle. She spent 10 years building a freelance career that's landed her work in Billboard, Rolling Stone, People, and earned her Nashville Scene's Best Photographer 3 years running, and put her on tour with artists including Maren and Pearce. She also paints murals and custom pieces for artists like Carrie Underwood and Maroney and Ashley Cook. And if that's not enough, she also runs ELEKTRIK Haus Creative, a matchmaking agency connecting the music industry with photographers, videographers, and visual artists worldwide. Girl, welcome to the pod.
I really love that. Really love that bio. That was
I
good.
mean,
you sound legit.
You've had a crazy cool career, and just like kind of understanding your background before we actually get to talk, it's so cool that you are a creative first, and you just get to now kind of produce art with other creatives for a living. Yeah. There's so many job titles in here that I think will be exciting to talk about. Like, what does that even mean? A media director for a band like the Lumineers, what that even means. But I want to start at the beginning, your origin here. First of all, where are you from?
I'm from California.
And living in Nashville?
Yes, 10 years now.
Yeah. Where in California?
Orange County.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah. So you moved to Nashville with an advertising degree, and then you got fired from a cubicle job a month in, and you're like, where do I go? So what did you move here to do?
So when I went to University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and I had a internship actually with Nashville Convention Visitors Corporation.
Me too.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
When?
What year?
Like 20.
Mine was 2018.
Okay, mine would have been, I was a junior in college.
Whoa.
Wait. That's crazy because when I was because you worked with Butch.
Yes.
No way. Okay,
That was like my start here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I emailed Butch like 7 times begging for an internship, and they never had like an internship position before.
Whoa.
And I was friends with his son, and I like spammed his email, and I was like, please give it to me. And I think that he just thought I was like super annoying because I was so persistent that he was like, fine, you can intern. And he just put like a desk in a hallway and paid me though, like $10 an hour.
I was $10 an hour.
Really?
They didn't increase that. That's
No, okay, at least I started it.
Yeah, you started it.
Yeah,
Thank you for getting me my job, basically.
You're welcome. That's so funny.
Wow.
I don't like usually when I tell people this, they're like, who?
What is
like,
that?
What is that? And I'm like, they put on all the events downtown, New Year's Eve, 4th of July. And it was like during then that they gave me a camera and they're like, go shoot the New Year's Eve event. And I believe, or no, it might have been 4th of July and Kelsea Ballerini was performing and no one knew who she was. And I was just like, on auto, everything on my camera, just like like
no way,
snapping away, didn't know what I was doing. But that brought me here. And then I like love Nashville so much. Like it's just I didn't know a single person and I just felt so welcomed here right off the bat.
Cool.
And and then they were like, let us know when you graduate and we would love to have a spot for you in our company, because I just like loved them so much. And during that time though, the art director was retiring, so the timing was a bit off. I applied like on random jobs on like Indeed.com and I got this random graphic design job in a cubicle. I can't even remember what I was doing, not much. And it was just like the worst job, honestly, for me. And but I was very proud. Like I had just graduated and I remember I bought a car and I called my dad and I was like, I bought a brand new car. You don't have to worry. Like I did this all by myself. I have a real like adult job. And then 3 months in, I got fired and I had to call my dad. And I remember like sitting in my closet crying and I was like, you know, that car I just bought, like I'm gonna need help.
No. Yeah.
And I remember sitting in my closet crying, and before I called my dad, I thought to myself, like, I never want to feel this feeling again. I never want to feel this feeling of failure again. Granted, it was very necessary because I do think it just lit so much fire under my ass. And my dad was like, do not accept another job unless you're 100% into it. And I was like, I'm too prideful to do that. Like I need to do something in the meantime and then figure out where I want to go. And at the time I thought, you know, when you're in college, you just want a title for yourself. Right. You're like, I want to be something. I don't know what that is. In my head, I thought I wanted to be an art director for an ad agency. So that was always the goal. In the meantime, though, I was like, well, I'll just get fit. Like I'll work for a boxing club.
Wow.
So I started to work for Title Boxing and I was like, I'll get fit and then I'll like become an art director one day.
Cool.
And then, so when I was at Title Boxing Club, so many things happened there that I didn't think that like would launch my career. And like for an example, during that time, my dad bought me a camera because I was like, I don't know, I feel like I want to take photos of the classes so that they have stuff to post on their Instagram. Again, I didn't really know what I was doing. I think I was shooting on like a Canon Rebel T6i camera, which I don't even know like if they make those anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. And also during that time, I met a friend who was like, you should paint a mural, like you love to draw. And I remember thinking like, I don't know how to paint a mural. Like, how do you, like, what does that even mean? Or like, how do you even like scale art like that? And we broke into an abandoned warehouse and I painted for 8 hours and then went into my shift at Title Boxing with paint all over my arms. And my boss was like, where did you just come from? And I was like, oh, I just broke into this abandoned building and painted this wolf on the wall and it was so dope. And he was like, why don't you paint something here and I'll pay you? And I was like, okay. So my first like legit mural was at Title Boxing Club, and my boss there was amazing. And it just got to the point where he was like, if you don't quit, I'm going to fire you because you're too good for this job.
No way.
And then I did, like I started doing 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Title because I was so scared to quit and I just like wanted that money. And then I was doing freelance work outside of that, and I was doing like 3 shoots a day for literally anyone.
Wow.
And my dad was like, you know, you won't fail if you're your own boss. And because he kept telling me like, just quit. Like, why are you working from 5 a.m. till sun goes down? Like, and I was always so scared. And he said, you won't fail if you are your own boss. And I was like, okay. And I'm always like negotiating. I feel like you're like this too. Like we're always swindling something. Like you've built this whole thing. So I feel, you got it.
You gotta make
like,
it happen.
What if? So I asked my boss at Tidal, I was like, what if you pay me $500 a month and I'll still come take photos of your classes and then I'll work my way into this freelance world? And he said, okay, let's do that. And I did that for like 5 years.
I gotta pause you here.
Yeah,
because
sorry, I'm like,
you're not. This is so cool. This is it's awesome. I just want to like go back to, first of all, your dad. Like what a role model and a figure in your life that believes in you more than you believed in yourself right away. Usually the parents are the one that's like, hey, get the normal non-music industry job that pays you a good salary, and you're the one fighting, and you're like, no, I need stability. And then you go back to stability, and not only your dad, but the Tidal manager was like, hey, you're too good for this, go do something you're amazing at. When did it finally hit you that like, no, actually I really am talented enough to pursue this?
Yeah, honestly, there was 2 moments. One was when I did that first mural. I went into it just like, this will be cool for some like video content on my Instagram. And then like when I did it, I stepped back and there's a video on my Instagram and my friend filmed me like looking at it and taking it in. And I was like, damn, I am better than I think I am. And I remember like going into Tidal and just being like, I think I need to quit. Like I was like, and then that's when my boss was like, why don't you do something here? And I was like, okay. And there was that moment. And then also while at Tidal, I got a call from Warner Music and they were like, can you do BTS on set for Morgan Evans? And I was like, 100%. And then I Googled what BTS meant. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I went on set and it was just like the best day. And I took so many awesome photos and I took video, never edited video before, but one of my friends stayed up till like 4 a.m. with me and we just edited the video together. And I think in that moment too, it was just like, I just realized like, wait, I think I can do this and it doesn't need to be scary. And I feel like we're lucky that we live in Nashville because Nashville's so like, what can I do for you? And so I feel like, I don't know, I think I got lucky with like just the people I surrounded myself with and the people that trusted me. And I feel like I went into it not wanting anything from anybody, which then led to like people giving me opportunities because it's deserving and I wasn't asking.
Right. Other people like seeing your talent. But it's interesting that you like really started believing yourself once you saw that you could, but you were given those opportunities to just say yes. And that's something that like, I'm seeing a theme already of just saying yes to things. So you're going to take photos at New Year's Eve. You don't know how to take photos. You're just saying yes. And then you see it and you're like, damn, I'm awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what was the next yes for you that you maybe not have been ready for?
So after that, again, I feel like it was just meeting the right people at the right time. During this time, Daniel Vorley, he was shooting for Dustin Lynch. Evan Edgar was shooting for Brett Eldridge. I was shooting for Carly Pearce. And also, I guess that I might have jumped ahead. I had a sorority sister, which... like I did sorority life in Alabama for 2 years and then I was like, fuck this is insane.
You just did like the Mecca of sorority
I was
life.
like, literally at Alabama, which is crazy. She hired me to be under the creative director at Smack Songs.
Oh, sick, yeah.
So I worked with Smack and Walker Hayes was like the first person to take me on tour. Cool. I was like, and I remember the first week I had the flu, but I was like so desperate to be on a tour bus. I was like, I'm not going to tell a single person that I'm literally dying. And then I remember Walker went on stage and I was passed out in the dressing room, so sick. And his manager's like, sweetie, Walker's on stage on song number 2. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yikes.
I'm like, not my first tour I'm going to get fired from.
Right.
So yeah, I was on tour with Walker and we were at Stagecoach and Carly Pearce was there. And I just had always wanted to work with a female artist. And I reached out to her booking agent who was also there. And I said, does Carly want to just take some quick pictures backstage? And so we did that and she loved it. And then she brought me on her bus and said, what's your goal? And I said to work with a female artist. And she said, what are you doing this weekend? And I went on tour with Carly for 6 years now, but 3 years for that, like nonstop. And then I leveled up a little bit more. And that's when I became friends with like Daniel, Evan, Alex Ferrari, who was with Marin at the time. I remember, just to go back to the whole say yes thing.
Yeah.
Daniel was asking me to help him out with a music video for Dustin Lynch. And I remember being so exhausted and didn't want to go, but I, say yes, it's your friend, whatever. So I went. And then after that, they said, okay, let's go get a beer at Red Door. And I'm like, I didn't even want to be here in the first place, but okay, sure, we'll go get a beer. And it was at Red Doors when I met Alex Ferrari, who was with Maren Morris and some other people, and we all exchanged Instagrams and stuff. And then 6 months later, Alex messaged me and said, hey, can I fly you to Michigan tomorrow to shoot Ryan Hurd's music video and Maren Morris's show? And I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
That's insane. Yes. And so I went, and once Maren posted a photo with my tag on it, it was like game over.
No way.
And then I bounced between like her and Carrie for a bit, and then now I'm with the Lumineers.
Bro. Okay. So so much of that stemmed from, again, saying yes.
Saying yes.
But you created it. That's like a huge thing that I think it's funny. Like, I'm talking with the gigs team about it. I'm like, everything that we're doing right now is just, we had an idea and like somehow people are letting us do it now.
Yeah.
And you never know what's going to come of, if you have that idea, just try it. You asked Carrie if you could just take some pictures, and she could have not liked it, but of course you trusted your own talent. Mm-hmm. She liked it. You were working with her, opening more doors. You said yes to go to Red Door, which is usually, actually,
we should always just probably say yes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, we should.
Unfortunately, it usually does lead to good stuff. Wow. And now, Lumineers, how did that opportunity, then I want to understand like really what you're doing with them.
Yeah, okay. So it's kind of funny how the Lumineers thing popped up, because I actually decided at the end of 2022 that I was done touring. Like I said, I think after COVID and everything, my body just wasn't processing like the tour life correctly, because I mean, as you know, it's really exhausting and not all it's cracked up to be. And I think at that point I just didn't want to do it anymore. And that was a hard decision to make. And I told Marin I was done. And then a month later, I was back in it.
No way.
I'm like, why does that always happen? This was 2022. So end of 22, I was done. Everyone knew it. And then in January, Lumineers manager called me. And how I got that gig was, sometimes I do these headshot days when I just need like extra cash for the month. Yeah. And people, random strangers, I just give them my home address and they come over.
Love.
Sounds safe. And
making it happen.
Yeah. And I'm just like swindling my way again. And one of the girls that came over, I didn't know this, but we were chatting, and I feel like she was my last client of the day, and I do these like 10-minute headshot sessions, but ours happened to be like 30 minutes long, because we were just riffing and chatting. And I think I was on a high of just hanging out with people all day. Yeah. And she asked me who my favorite band was. And I said the Lumineers. And she goes, that's so funny, because I manage them. And then I was so embarrassed. I was like, because when you're in Nashville and someone asks you what your favorite music, you're like, I have to think of the coolest like unknown artist ever. Right. But you can't be like Florida Georgia Line. Like that's, you can't say that. So I said the Lumineers, and she said that she manages them. And then I wanted to crawl in a hole. And then she like sent me their vinyl and like some merch. I'm like, oh my gosh, she thinks I'm like a fangirl. Yeah. And then a month later, she called me and hired me and was like, Lumineers needs a photographer for a 6-week tour. Which is funny, because when I was out with Marin, I said like they were going out for 3 weeks, and I always said that's too long. Like, I'm trying to work on my mental health. Like I can only go out for 2 weeks. And she was like, okay, if that's all you can do, we'll take what we can get.
No way.
And so now I have this like, actually it was a 7-week tour, and it was in Europe with the Lumineers. And I'm like, I can't say no to that.
Nope.
And after that, they were doing another 7-week run in South America, and then the US run. And I told their manager, I said, okay, I will do this 1 7-week Europe run, but after this, I don't want to do it. I'm done. I've told everyone that I'm done. Don't even give me the opportunity. Don't even talk to me about it. Like, hire somebody else. Yeah. I'm done. And she said, okay. And halfway in, I called her and I was like, I'm not done. And they had actually hired someone for that second half. He was there for like a week. They fired him and I was back.
Girl. Okay.
And I've been there for 3 years.
3 years. So first, what were the parts of it that made, because I quit the road in 2022. Like I realized, and it probably was COVID going back up being like, damn, this is not for me anymore either. What was it for your own mental health and just the life that you didn't like? and then with the right fit camp, like what was it?
So I feel like, I don't know. I honestly like, I just really struggle on a bus. Like I hate being on a bus. And it's funny because when I was in my 20s, I was like, oh my God, it's like a sleepover every night. Yes. This is awesome. But now I'm like, I get night terrors. Like I feel like, I mean, how many times, I mean, I feel like everyone has had this experience where they've woken up in a bus and they're like, oh and am I in a coffin right now? And how do I get out? And
can't breathe. Yeah.
Can't breathe. Yeah. It started to happen multiple times. So that was an issue. And I feel like the road is so hard because it's such an intimate job, but you have to also be careful of how much of your personal life you're letting in, but you're living with these people, but it's work. But then I don't know, there's so many layers to it that is so mind fucking, to be honest. And I think that really caught up to me. And I felt like, you know, I just want to be home and I want to paint my house.
Yeah.
I like bought a house and I just want to work on my house. And I don't know. It was weird. I just felt like, I was put in a box. And then also it's just hard to shoot a show, the same show for however many years straight is tough. Like trying to figure out how to capture something differently when you've captured it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I don't know. And then it just kind of got repetitive. Like I remember going to Red Rocks for the first time and freaking out. And then I went the second time, and then I went the third time, and then I didn't really care.
Whoa.
So I feel like, I don't know. That was a bit tough. But, and then actually when I started with the Lumineers, it wasn't the best experience either.
Interesting. In Europe. With your favorite band.
I know. Yeah. I think I was like, I came in and I was like, ah. And they're like, who are you? Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure no one told them that I was coming out. So literally no one knew who I was.
Oh my gosh.
And they were very confused. And I feel like I was kind of set up for failure based off the production manager at the time or the production coordinator. I just feel like no one knew who I was or what I was doing. And I remember shooting the show and they just run like a really tight ship. Like country music is so chill. But when you get outside of country music, like if you're not wearing black shoes with like black soles on the bottom, you're not allowed on the stage.
Oh,
which
wow.
I've just never... I feel like all the camps I've been in, I shouldn't wear pink Converse on stage, but I was. And I just was like, dee, 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 dee. But so I just was unaware of like that type of professionalism, which I very much respect now.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big reason why I'm still there, because they, again, run such a tight ship. And it's so, like, everyone there is coming from Rolling Stones, Taylor Swift, like, all these insane bands and insane camps that everyone is performing at the highest level of excellence that you can't, like, you're in your lane. And if you mess up a little bit, like, you're out. So it's really, I like it because it's like, you want to just do your best always. And it's really inspiring to work around the people that they have in that camp. But the first couple of days was hard. And I remember I wrote, and the tour director knows this, it's funny now, I wrote her an email saying that I was going to quit and I was like going to fly home from Germany.
Oh my gosh.
And before I did that, I thought, you know what, I'm here for a reason. I've been hired here for a reason. They might not know that, but I know that. And I'm going to go into this show tomorrow and I'm going to make a badass video for them. And I'm going to deliver and be like, this is who I am and why I'm here.
And I'm out.
And
my job.
Bye. And email sent. No, I drafted the email and I was like, before I do this, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And I went in and I did that. And the next day, the main singer was like, hey, did you do that video that they posted the other day on our socials? And I said, I was so scared. I was like, yeah. And he was like, that was amazing. We're so stoked to have you here. And like, I can't wait to see more of your work. And I remember just being like, okay, fine, I'll delete the email. Like, I won't send it. And it was really cool that I feel like it takes a certain type of person to like go in and not be like pissed off for, you know, the variables that happened the first 2 days, but then go in and be like, hey, you know what, that's okay if you know, whatever, I'm going to prove to you like my worth of being here and like show you what I can do. And I feel now so valued within that camp. Wow. And they've just trusted me. And every year they give me more and more of what I need and want to succeed in that camp. And I feel very, very lucky. So
wow.
That was 3 years ago when I said I just wanted to go out for this one run and I'm done. So now it's been 3 years and I'm still here.
Still here. Well, that's interesting because it seems like your dad or the people that were put in your life are kind of in the pushing you role. And so it seems like this camp was a cool fit like culturally, that's like, we're going to push you even more.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, that's how I operate really well. I don't love the like soft, I want to be performing at the highest level too. And then if people aren't, then I'm like, oh, like I wish. So it's cool that you're around people that are all the best of the best.
I think that this is cool because I think that my position is very rare as a photographer in a tour setting, because I've never had this before, and I think it'd be cool for other photographers to hear and see their potential within a camp that they can create. I came in doing photo and video, which is a lot to do for stadium and arena shows. And also I had no desk, I had no resources, like nothing. I was editing and whatever in hallways on the floor or catering, but I never asked for it because I didn't know I could ask for that. And I guess no one has ever asked for that in that camp. So yeah, it's funny when I look back on my first year, and again was so resilient and like just got shit done and did what I needed to do. And then the next year came and I said, hey, it'd be cool like if I could have a desk maybe. And they said, yeah, of course. And then I thought, damn it, I should have maybe asked this before I like sat on concrete all summer. So they gave me a desk.
Actually, a part in that real quick is like the photographer is usually just in their own world. That's the one job that I feel like, well, first of all, it seems super dope because you have your own schedule. It seems really hard, but you're not in the same camp as all of production and all of the other disciplines. So it seems lonely, but it also you're your own boss. Like how, can you touch on that a little bit?
It is lonely. I used to say like it's the loneliest place on top. Because you're not really in the band and you're not really in the crew and you're not really into production.
Right.
So it is a really weird middle ground of like what rules you have or what time you need to be at the venue. You're really just, it's up to you, and it's hard to also like be aware of to like not take advantage of that. Like I could just go in when the band goes in, but I always make sure I'm there 2 hours before the band gets there, just for the professionalism of that and the expectations. And I feel like a lot of times, honestly, the photographers get shit on because like, I mean, the crew guys are up at 8 a.m. building stages and you're like, I'm going to get a matcha, like da-da-da-da.
Yeah, but y'all were up all night editing.
Yeah, till 3 a.m. editing. Right. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, it is like a weird role. It is definitely lonely. I feel lucky this year we have a videographer, so now I have like a partner. Cool. But it is a weird position to be in. Yeah. You're like, and you're also like close with the artist, but then you're not in the band. I don't know. It is so weird. And it's like a really fine line of like, this is your subject, and you guys are friends, but you can't be too close, right? Because then there's like an awkward,
and then you're working with the manager, you're working on the but I could imagine like the TM isn't totally always thinking. It's like you are your own agent, you figure it out, and you also need to get it done really well. So that's interesting. Okay, so you come in as both. Do you think that's a good opportunity to start that way?
Yeah, I do. I think that that showing like what I could do video wise was good, because it's like, hey, I know how to do video and this is what I'm doing. And then when I eventually asked for like another videographer, it's like they looked at it as like, okay, well, you know how to capture the show and you've done it. So we trust your opinion on who you're going to bring in to do the same thing. And so that happened just beginning of last year. I was like, okay, Lumineers are playing stadiums now. Like we sold out Denver Stadium, which is insane. And I said, I need help. And I think that's also okay to ask for help. And where it applies, I feel like if I didn't ask for a videographer, I'd be doing double duty till 4 a.m. every night. And that sucks. Yeah. So I asked for help. I said, I think that we could really elevate this show if I'm focusing on one thing and someone else is focusing on one thing, and look, like at least try it out for a couple of shows, see what we can produce for you, and then you tell me how you feel about it. So it kind of started out with that, and with that I also launched ELEKTRIK Haus Creative.
So sick. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Which I've always just also wanted to talk to you about.
A natural partnership, whatever. Like just a lot of synergy here, I think. Everyone has this idea for the industry, but there's just no one has time to do it.
I know.
And when I was starting gigs was like, all right, for all the crew, of course it's word of mouth for that too, because you're living with them, and there's a lot of niche, because I was staffing, so I get it. But at the same time, I didn't want necessarily that many artists on there. I didn't, because like there are plenty of apps to help artists, and there's like that's a whole nother level of creative. Same with yours. Videographer, photographer, like you are doing a different level of art that a job board can help. Like we have plenty of photographer, videographer, but it's hard to really determine who's the right fit artistically. And so talk to me about why you built and exactly what it is.
Well, it's funny because like what you said, touring is so weird because you're living with these people. Like I remember this guy didn't get the job on one of the bands I was working with because he just coughed too much. And you're like,
honestly, I get it.
I know you're on a
no
bus,
coughing.
no
so
breathing,
funny, no breathing.
And you'll get the job. It's weird though. It's like you have to be. It's like your roommate. You know, you have to be a specific. You have to be clean. You can't, I don't know. There's so many weird niches, like you
appropriate,
mentioned.
but a good hang and fun, but serious.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what happened with after me. They hired this guy, and just based off his work, he was really great. But then personality-wise, wasn't a good fit. And then that's waste time, and your artist isn't happy, and you're wasting money as well. So I just found this like gray area of where that was lacking from managers to creatives. And again, I've been here for 10 years at this point. I know, all the young creatives who are like eager to get on the road, and then also people my age who are like, I'll go for the right opportunity and that kind of stuff. So my goal was really to just bridge the gap between those two worlds. And then also a lot of times the manager's like, hey, we just need iPhone reels of this artist to whatever, get out a song 30-second. But the way they say it almost like makes it look like a higher budget than it needs to be. And then the creative is like, well, we need this, and this, and this. So then the communication there, I'm like, okay, what do you actually need? And then I can communicate that to the photographer, videographer, and be like, hey, they just need this, this, and this, and shoot it on this. And they're like, cool. And so
the translation,
it gets lost, because then they're like, people are charging us like thousands of dollars, but we just need an iPhone reel. And I'm like, well, how are you describing that to them? Like, how are you describing your needs? Or tell me your needs, and then I'll tell you what you need, and then I'll tell them, and then I'll also, because I'm one of you, like one of the creatives, I can tell you if that budget is appropriate or not. Because I am that. So it's kind of nice, because I feel like I'm representing people just like me, and therefore I can understand better what the budgets are and what you actually want.
And how well that person can produce that vibe versus someone else that you kind of know too.
So that's like another, the whole, I feel like I'm like a dating app also. I'm sure you feel that way too.
Totally.
I'm like basing like personalities. Like if it's a male artist, I'm like, okay, you probably want like a male photographer. Or like those kinds of things too also come into play. And it's been really fun, honestly. Like a lot of times it's like, hey, do you have someone in Santa Fe tomorrow at 7 p.m. to shoot this random show? And I'm like, yep, let me pair. And it's like usually someone who would never have that opportunity to work with a country artist or any artist who's randomly in Mexico to shoot something. So that's been fun, like connecting with people from all over the place and bringing them an opportunity that they've maybe have always wanted to do, and maybe they're like a wedding photographer and they have never shot a show before. So that's been fun to like do that. It is a little scary because half the time I just have never met these people before, and I'm just please show up for the gig.
Is it a marketplace? Can people just sign up, or do you have to approve?
Well, I usually a lot of people will DM me or email me and be like, hey, I'm based in New York and here's my portfolio, whatever, and I'll go and look and see their work and see that kind of vibe. If it is like a huge tour and they're like, hey, we need to hire someone for this tour, then I'll like do a little bit more deeper like Zoom calls with the creatives and make sure like they're the right fit, and then also be like, here's the expectations coming from someone who's in your position, which is less threatening also versus like a manager being like, we need photos out night of. I'd be like, hey, I'm also on tour, I also do this, my expectation as you representing Elektrik Haus, we want photos like night of. And then maybe I hope that it comes across like a little bit more like I'm on your team because I'm you. So that I think has like a lot to do with it as well, which like calms the nervous system.
So are they like W-2 or 1099s of Elektrik Haus?
Yeah, they're 1099s.
So sick. See, and that's like the different level of detail, because we don't do that. Everyone's just like a free agent on gigs.
Gotcha.
Intentionally. But I think that that's really smart, especially when you have the time and less mass. Like we have 50,000 people. I would never get to know that many people. How many people do you have right now?
On the roster? Ooh, I don't know. a lot of people on the roster, but like right now I have like someone on Chris Young, working on Knox right now, the artist. And I have Lumineers full-time videographer through ELEKTRIK Haus. And then I've been throwing like Pearce, some people. And it is nice because I'm like, oh, I know you, Carly. I know you, and I know your vibe. So like, let me put this girl that I'm will feel like she'll connect. And then, so it's kind of.
But managing this while you are also having a full-time tour job. It's amazing though. Was there a moment where you were like, I can do this. Like I'm gonna be. You're already an entrepreneur as a freelancer.
I'm always swindling.
You're always swindling.
I love swindling.
When was the moment where you're like, all right, let me start the LLC. Let me like create this.
I think it was when Lumineers was like planning their whole arena and stadium gig, and I was like, okay, if I'm smart and if I want to control who I'm working with every day, then this needs to be legit. So I've been doing like things like ELEKTRIK Haus for probably 6 years. Like I had an intern who became my assistant, and then I've been managing her for like, I think it's been 6 years now. She's out with Carter Faith.
Amazing.
And her name's Lily. She's amazing. And so I kind of started with her. Then I started pairing other people. And then I was like, okay, for insurance purposes, I should probably make this an LLC.
For sure. Wow.
So then,
congrats.
Thanks. I like came to the tour director on Lumineers, and I was like, I started this thing, and I would love for you guys to think about like supporting me in it, and then I really need a videographer, and I would love to do it through my company. And they said, of course, we love you, we want to support you, and we trust that you'll bring on the right fit for us.
And you just asked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then that's when they promoted me to media director.
Got it. Because you're direct. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I also run their social media, which kind of like goes into that. But yeah, I like barely talk to their manager. Like, I'm the one being like, hey, I think we should do a recap video after the Brazil show, or let's get these video clips up by tomorrow. And so that kind of position's fun, and a position that I never thought I would be able to get to just from like a tour photographer.
Yeah.
Like you can level up in that way that I didn't know was possible. So
you level up through like continued excellence and built trust. And then you kind of, again, create this for you.
Yeah.
I mean, just depending on how much you want to put in. And you did it.
Exactly.
And I can just see this. This is just the start of it. And like, this can truly blow up. And if it already is, like your socials. I just like was scrolling and I saw a reel and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, I sent it to the team. I'm like, can we get her on the podcast? Because it was really fun to see like your personality and what you were doing, and then what you also built, which is, girl, I love it. Can we talk about lighting and like the art of photography? Because our team has really, really talented videographers, photographers, and we got into a long conversation about like the size of the lighting and how much lighting and what you're trying to get out of versus a live show. You don't get to set it. You have to like work with your camera. And like, I don't know how any of that works.
Yeah.
How do you start?
Like, are you talking about like lighting for like a portrait?
Yes,
thing?
portrait versus live. Like how, and you do both. You do headshots and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, lighting for like an actual photo shoot is fun because you can control it. Like you said, obviously live music, you're just like, well, they're super blown out in this song, but that's fine. And you don't get to control, or like photographers that are listening to this, when there's like purple lighting on stage, it's the worst for editing. The skin tones that a purple light puts on like an artist's face, it's kind of like messes it up. Like it just looks, editing purple light is just hard. Purple and blue. But like an orange and red moment is prime.
Do lighting designers know this?
I don't know. Now you do.
And now we look at the camera. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. But like lighting a portrait session or like a single cover, an album cover shoot in town, I always hire somebody, but it's just fun because you can be like, hey, let's do a spotlight with an orange tone, and they could just change like the RGB on the lights, and it's just, it makes it really fun because it's more like you can be more creative.
How do you feel about our orange?
No, I was looking around. I know, you're like, what if I was like
one.
The purple shit? And then
I know.
Purple.
We like the orange. The
yeah.
orange is great.
No, I was looking, I'm like, these ones, like, I think it's making my skin look nice.
You're glowing. Yes,
I
100%. So, and then the editing. Can you talk about what it's like after, actually, kind of, I want to go back to Stadium when you were kind of doing both. How the hell are you making an entire show at a stadium and or arena.
Yeah.
On stage, off stage, taking photos, and then also doing video. Because I can imagine you taking photos and being like, oh, that would have been a cool video moment, or vice versa. Like, how do you do both?
Well, it first requires like really comfortable shoes because you're running around.
Yeah.
Like I don't even have to go to the gym. I'm like,
yeah, that's
and
your...
like shoving people out of the elevator to be like, I have to get this shot. The confetti's about to go off. It's like a whole thing. But that was the whole point, was like, hey, in this sick moment, I'm always going to go straight to photo because that's where I like live in the most. But yeah, I was like, I'm missing sick photos or sick moments of that could be on video, and I'm taking photo. So, but like on the camera, you can switch really fast to photo and video. So there's opportunity to like do both. But I mean, it was a lot. You're like in a stadium again, you're going up like 4 flights and then down and then backstage and then side stage and then in the pit and then back again. And it's exhausting. You're like nonstop. Like my Apple Watch is like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Yeah, please sit down. I'm like, in 30 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough to do both. And then right after the show, like my routine after the show is run to the nearest shower because all the crew guys are taking down the stage. This is like the one opportunity, and probably the one of the main pros that a photographer gets is first shower.
That's the cleanest it can possibly be.
And a shower in a stadium, like
never good.
It's a little rough. Yeah.
Never good.
Yeah.
Dang,
so
that's fun.
Grab a shower and then I'm locked in, like at my desk, computer, photos, videos rolling until about like 3 or 4 a.m. every night. But now that time is cut down now that I have a partner. But
that's huge.
Yeah.
Well, and you were doing this before like AI actually got good. Like could that
I never use AI.
That's probably, it makes sense. You're a creator.
I should though. I think it would help. Like some people told me that helps with like wedding photography when you have like 1,000 photos and you can just do like train AI to edit for you. I've never done that.
Or also just knowing, maybe pulling the best ones that you could edit. Yeah. So that you don't have to go through all of them.
I think I have too much of trust issues.
Oh yeah. I mean, that makes so much sense. Yeah. With AI too, with where it's at. But I just wonder how it could make it easier for you guys now. Yeah. Just make it quicker. Because that's how I feel like it's worked for us, is it's just like it's a tool that lets us do more now. Yeah. But I don't know, it's hard when it's your craft, when it's like this is the way you do it, and that produces exactly what you know you can produce. So that's, I don't know. Sorry, everyone, for bringing up AI.
I know. They're like,
because especially with art. And next, sorry. Great answer you have. You can just cancel me. What is the version of this career that doesn't run you to the ground? How, when you were done, you do the 7-week tour, and then you're like, yeah, I love this. You do it for 3 years, and now you're adding on, kind of running this agency, this business on top of it. What is it that lets you not want to die or quit?
I think maybe asking the wrong person, because I get so many DMs that are like, hey, just checking in, like, have you slept lately? And I'm like, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm bad at this. I also think that just as much as it's important to say yes, it's also even more important to say no. Something that I will continue to learn. And yeah, what's tough is because I go on tour and I do photos for 7 weeks, all that stuff. And then I come home and I don't know, like post-tour depression also hits you, and you can't just like be still. Yeah. Or at least I can't be still. And so I'm always like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to switch to art, which is kind of nice that I can do like photos and switch to art stuff. But then I just create a bunch of projects for myself, like while I'm supposed to be resting at home. And then I don't sleep, and then I'm a psycho, and I just continue to work my ass off. And then, and then lately, honestly, it's been quite tough because I'm going now into this next cycle of tour in a couple days. Okay. Tired, and I don't want to be tired. So I do think it is important to say no and to take your rest. And I think something that I've learned, where I've been insecure about in the past, is that if I say no, they won't ask me again and they'll hire someone else, and then I lost a client. But in reality, I don't think that that's real. I think that's my insecurity. I think that if someone wants you, they'll always come back. And you know what? Good for you for saying no. It makes you hard to get. Yeah. And they're going to come back.
You're busy.
Yeah. You're busy.
You got something else.
Yeah.
Pay me a little bit more.
And maybe I won't sleep again, and I'll do your gig.
I think, I've been really trying to figure that out recently, because I don't think balance exists especially in this industry. Though I'm not touring, like entrepreneurship is a whole nother beast of its own. And I don't think that you actually find the balance. I think that you just figure out what you sacrifice. And unfortunately for me, it has been sleep too. But it's like, all right, if I sacrifice that, but I get to spend this quality time with this person that I like, then that's worth it. So same with the gig. All right, if I'm sacrificing sleep for this, is it worth it? How am I going to be tomorrow or on this gig that I care about the most?
Yeah.
That's hard. What are you sacrificing?
It is hard. I do think sacrificing is a good word. Like, in order to be at this level or shooting these awesome shows, it's like you are sacrificing. You're sacrificing not hanging out with your friends, not seeing your family. You're sacrificing birthdays, your own birthday, holidays. My brother had a kid. Like I won't know that kid till probably another year.
Oh,
so it is like, you do sacrifice a lot, which sucks. And I do think it's important to kind of come to terms like what is worth it and what's not. And I think only you can answer that. And that's something I'm also trying to navigate myself. So,
and the delayed gratification of it. I've always thought too, if you start a business or if you're your own business, which you are, it's usually 10 years until you like really truly hit it of whatever that is. Do you want to do this thing for 10 years before you actually really get like reap the fruit of it? And that's made me not do a lot of things, I think.
Yeah.
You were talking before this about networking and how you kind of have a controversial take on coffee meetings. Can you talk about that?
Yes. I did a podcast a couple of months ago, and I was like, I do not do coffee dates like with other creatives.
Okay.
I can't. I literally can't. Okay. To be fair, I used to. And to be fair, I also was someone asking people to get coffee. What I've learned, and I feel like a bitch being like, no, sorry, do not ask me, do not be in my DMs asking to get coffee because I won't even answer, to be honest. Like I just don't have the capacity and don't want to do it. And I think that's fair. Like I feel like that's a boundary. I'm saying it because I know you're thinking it.
I know.
I think that what I tell people is like, when I talk to people and they're like, hey, I want to grab coffee with so-and-so, like, how should I go about it? And I go, okay, well, first of all, don't ask to do that. Second of all, what does that person do? How can you benefit them? So it's like, if someone asks me, hey, can I assist you on your next shoot? That I will have more, you will have more of a percentage of me responding and being like, actually, I have a shoot on Wednesday. Can you be there at 10 a.m.? Yes. And then in that way, it's like that person's coming to your shoot, they're learning your needs, and then maybe they're assisting you on the next shoot, and now they're like anticipating your needs, and now you're like in a way training them, but they're also helping you. So then I feel like that can build a relationship versus just like sitting down and being like, okay, this is where I started, and you should do shoots for free in exchange for caption credit. Okay. Bye. Like, it's just
exactly
tough.
Okay, great. Nice to meet you. I'll let you know if I hear of anything.
And then you forget.
It kills me because I'm also like, damn, I was that person asking for coffee too. But then I would sometimes leave being like, I was so nice of them to give me that time, but now what? And like all you're asking for coffee for is an opportunity. So if you just give them that opportunity, and then you see how they work. Yeah. If you actually want to see them again ever. Or not. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had this one girl reach out for an internship opportunity, and she wanted to get coffee to talk about internship, and I didn't respond. And I remember I was on a set and I got a call from Warner Music, and they needed a hard drive like that morning. And I was like, oh shit, like what am I gonna do? And I literally went to this girl's email, saw her number, texted her. This is like a month after she emailed me, and I was like, hey, it's Rachel Deeb, saw your email, internship, cool. Can you come get this hard drive and deliver it? And she like is at Belmont, and she like quit or like didn't go to her class. And came straight to the studio, grabbed the hard drive, and I said, okay, when you do that, come back and then be on the rest of the set and hang out or whatever. And she did, and I was like, I loved her, and I probably like, not that I like, because I needed something, I needed help, but like, but she was on the set, and then she interned with me for like 4 months. Then Lumineers came to Bridgestone, and she shot it with me. So I feel like, that just happened because, I think if you can provide something, which I know it sounds weird maybe, but I'm like, think of how you can provide something for someone and then kind of build from there. And that's building trust as well.
Yes.
So
that's so good. Because you're also, if you're thinking about, if you're asking someone for coffee, you are only taking at that point. And this person who is more successful than you, their time is really valuable at that point. So yeah, if you can get, that is so good.
Yeah.
And figure out what's important to them. That's good for a creative. What would be good for anyone else?
Do your research. I feel like, yeah.
And then you will be so unforgettable at that point. That's such good advice.
I was like, so sorry I never emailed you back, but thank you for getting this hard drive out.
Yes.
And now I trust you. And I'm like, don't ever skip your class to do this.
No, actually,
crazy.
that's like really good advice. Actually, definitely skip the class.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Yeah, I probably would have too. I would have.
Oh
I'm like, don't, but do it.
But do it actually, because I really need it. That's so good. Do you have a moment from all of your different, from your whole career, all the different gigs you've done, where you stood? I mean, I think one of those was painting your first mural, but where you stood in front of your work or doing the work and you're like, damn, this is so good.
Yeah. What comes to my mind is this jacket I did for Carrie Underwood.
Okay.
I'm getting like chills thinking about it. I feel like I again, like we're running so fast and doing so many different things at once that it sometimes is hard to sit and be present and look back and be like, holy shit, I just did this, this, and this. And at that time, my friend asked me to do paint a jacket for Carrie Underwood's Vegas residency. So she was going to wear this jacket every night.
Whoa.
It was this insanely painted, detailed jacket. And I had 3 days to do it. Luckily, my friend / roommate was also a painter. So we were taking shifts in my basement.
Whoa.
I had just moved into my house, so the basement was just a basement. And we had this like, I don't know how many $1,000 actual jacket on like this, just like a pull out or what's it called? A white, like the table.
Yeah.
What am I?
No, I don't even.
Beer,
Yeah.
I just know I play beer pong on it. Or I have
like a
played beer
6
pong.
foot,
Yeah,
just like a
my beer
plastic
pong table.
It's a beer pong table.
Yeah, put Carrie Underwood's jacket on it, and we like took shifts. And one like the last time we pulled an all nighter, and it would just happen so fast. And we delivered it, and I was like, holy shit, that was insane. And then just on to the next gig, and I didn't. Like I posted about it. I didn't really like reflect on it. And it wasn't until 2 years later, my friend and I were like, we should probably go to Vegas and like see the jacket in person and see the show. Yes. And so we went, and very few moments have I like cried in my career over a success. And we were in the crowd and she comes out in the jacket and we just were like, oh my God, we did that on the beer pong table. and wow. Yeah, I literally have chills because I was just like, holy shit, we did that. That's crazy. And Carrie Underwood is rocking, like that's on stage, like, and then also when we got to the shows, like little girls were also like had jackets that they painted like to copy the outfit, and so it was so cute because I was just like, they're like wanting, I don't know, they were inspired, and it was really, it was a really amazing moment, and to share it with one of my best friends, we just were like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe we did that together, and just it was a really awesome moment that again someone gave me because they trusted me, and I feel very
and you weren't prepared for it, and you did it anyway.
Yeah, because sometimes you just gotta lose your sleep and take your chances
if it's worth
sacrifice.
It, and it has been worth it where you are now.
Yeah, that was a really cool moment where I was like, damn, and also not after that, but during that is when I launched, another title and company, Elektrik Denim, which is all my custom like art stuff that I do. So that's a whole other. Elektrik Denim was started. My friend asked me to do a jacket for her friend's birthday. I painted it, posted it. Everyone wanted it. Like everyone was like, "Oh, can you do my jacket?" So then I started a line of custom denim jackets. I made one for Pearce. She wore it on stage. That was really cool.
Oh my gosh!
And that's now translated into like guitars. I did like Kelsea Ballerini's guitar, railings guitar, and then boots for Maroney, and then turned into this whole art thing that I wasn't really anticipating. And then came the Carrie jacket. So then,
oh my gosh.
I don't sleep. I told you.
You don't. It's so cool. I'm just obsessed with this career. And it's so, again, you're doing exactly the thing that you're good at and that you love too.
Yeah.
What are parts of the job that you don't love?
That I don't have a hobby anymore.
Oh,
my dad was like, what are your hobbies? And I'm like, I actually don't know if I have one. And he's like, all your hobbies turned into work, which is like a blessing and a curse.
It is. Yeah.
So
what about boxing?
I mean, I got like really good arms, and then I haven't boxed in a long time because now I have heavy cameras. And those
That's
are,
your that's your dang. Yeah. I did video for Bonnaroo, and like that camera is so freaking heavy.
I bet.
What's the difference between, I guess for the listeners, what's the difference between video world and the world you're in?
Okay, like video for live music.
Yes.
Video world. So like that's two different cameras. You have to have like a cinematic video camera to shoot a show. I have a Canon R5, which does do video, but it's a different coloring and just not, I feel like, as elite in the video world. In video world for live shows is basically like right now what's trending is postcard post. So it's like photo, video,
Yes.
like in a swipe carousel. And the videos are like 10-second to 20-second moments of the show, which I have been enjoying doing on the Lumineers page. And then a couple shows we do like a recap video of everything. Yeah. So video on tour definitely takes up more time because you have so much video footage to go through and edit and work and tell a story.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like I'm telling a story that's happening right there in real time. And then the video world is telling a story of like a couple, like a moment of the whole like couple shows moment.
Yeah.
Or like the tour itself.
The tour itself, not
I'm doing,
for...
like, specific shows, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Not for it's for like post. It's not during that.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have a fun or just wild moment from tour that you can share?
Yes. Okay. The first thing that comes to my mind is I was on tour with Maren Morris, and one of the band guys, he's like obsessed with John Mayer.
Yeah.
And we had found out that John Mayer was playing like this very local Montana, I think it was Montana, show where just like the neighborhood was going to it.
Cool.
I don't know how we found that out, but he invited Maren and the band, and I was on the band bus, so I swindled my way into that one as well, which we
Very
love.
jealous of that.
And we went to this show, and it was just so intimate and so cool. And then John Mayer invited us back to his house.
Okay.
And I was like, and we were freaking out. Like, everyone's like, play it cool. Like, this is no big deal. And I'm like, I'm literally going to John Mayer's house right now.
Oh
okay.
My gosh.
And
is this before they had songs together?
I think it was before.
That's cool.
Yeah. And we sat around the fireplace, and John Mayer ordered everyone Taco Bell. His order was a Crunch Wrap Supreme.
Correct.
If anyone wants to know.
That's
I made sure
right
I clocked
order.
that. And we chatted, and I was just like eating like a burrito next to John Mayer at his house in Montana. And I was just like, this is insane. And I'm like, my friends don't understand what's going on right now. And that was probably like one of the craziest moments, because I was just like, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
And I love Taco Bell. Most importantly, I love Taco Bell. But then I was like watching John Mayer eat Taco Bell, and I'm like, I like both things now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really go on tour unless you have the attitude of the yes mentality too.
Yes.
Because if
so true.
You can be regimented, but if you're like, no, I'm going to be on the bus at this time to go to bed, but you aren't there for like maybe a guest that's there that you could have a crazy experience with, then like, you're just not the right person on the road. Like you really do give up sleep, and then you catch up whenever you can. But like, you also, let's talk about vibe, because that's something that you're hiring for right now too. Mm-hmm. If you put one of your photographers or videographers out on a tour where that whole camp was invited to John Mayer's house and they were not a vibe, like it could ruin your business.
Yeah.
And that whole camp. Like, how do you judge vibe? Because everyone's so different. Everyone's so different. Fucking crazy too.
Yeah.
So
and I'm also fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I feel like again, I've been here for 10 years. So most of the people that I'm putting on tours like that, I kind of already know them to an extent. So I feel like the vibe checks are people that I've already hung out with and know. And that's just like from working here and meeting people and stuff like that. Or I Zoom call, and I'm like, when I Zoom, I'm not like, so tell me about your background. I'm like, hey girl, what up? I'm kind of hungover, but like, what's that? Like, just to like make them feel comfortable so that they can just be their authentic selves, because I'm being authentic.
That's cool.
And then that's also kind of a nice vibe check too.
That's a good way, like a good tip for hiring managers just on the road. Like, act like the vibe of your camp in the interview so that they know.
Just be chill.
Yeah. And then it helps the interviewee know, do I even like this? Is this professional for me, or what do I want? And that's cool.
Exactly.
Man, this is so sick. Okay, I want to do some rapid fire.
Okay.
What was the first concert you attended?
Shania Twain.
Me too.
Okay,
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay, I'm 30.
Okay,
was
do you want to be friends?
In second grade? No, let's actually be friends, please. But was it in second grade or third grade for you? Because I
was very young. My mom took me.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
And she had a hoarse voice that tour, and then she had to cancel.
She had a circle stage. Really?
Girl.
Circle stage? That's all I remember.
Yeah, and it was
wow.
That's crazy.
That's my crazy.
Okay, what was your first show that you worked?
Ooh, first show. Gosh, honestly, like, I think it might have. I know I said this in like the wrong order, but I do think it was Marin. But
cool.
Because I think I did that one thing with Marin, and then I got Walker and Carrie.
Yeah.
So it might have been Maren Morris.
That's a dope first.
But I pretended that I had shot like a lot of shows.
As you should.
As I should.
Yeah. What is your favorite venue to go to and work?
Ooh, not the Hollywood Bowl.
Why?
The Hollywood Bowl makes you have like a security person with you at all times while shooting.
Oh.
It's the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. There's this one arena in Italy, and I can't remember what it's called, but it has like ruins everywhere around it. And it was just like made for the coolest backdrop, like when I was shooting through Lumineers, and there's just like ruins behind them, but I can't remember where it was, but it was somewhere in Italy.
That's so sick. It's also their vibe. Like,
yeah, it is their vibe.
And then this isn't rapid fire. This is like a more thoughtful question, but where do you kind of hope to be personally, professionally in the next like 3 years?
In the next 3 years, I'm going to say this because I'm going to manifest it because I never listened to myself, but I hope to be off the road. I do feel like live music will always be like in my blood, and I feel like I will always shoot live music, but I would love to just give that opportunity to other coming up photographers who have a passion for having a sleepover on a bus that I don't have anymore.
You don't have to.
No, I hope that I'll be doing like Elektrik Haus maybe full time and kind of guiding those photographers to go on tour and supporting that.
It's going to happen. That's so sick. You could probably be faster than you think. Sorry, Lumineers.
Well, I also want to be creative director for the Lumineers alongside. Can't just do one thing.
Come on. That's sick. I mean, you're literally on the way. That's so cool.
Thank you.
And then what advice would you give to people, creatives that might want to actually work for Elektrik Haus and start living the life that you're living?
I think kind of just going back on what we said is the importance of saying yes.
Yeah.
I think that sacrifice really proves a lot to others that are trying to hire you. I think saying yes to everything, even if you don't want to do it. And also going into gigs without expecting anything.
Yes.
And I think lowering your ego and just doing the jobs that are authentic to you, whether that is like cool on social media or not.
Yeah.
I think so. Say yes to everything, lower your ego, and don't expect anything from anybody.
Boom. That's so sick. I can't wait to be friends.
I can't wait to be friends.
This is awesome. And we'll put all of how do people follow you and Elektrik Haus?
I'm on Instagram at Deeb and then at Elektrik Haus HAUS, and the electric has K's and not C's.
That's on purpose, right?
It's like it's German.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
reason. I'm not German.
Cool. Okay, it's cool.
It's just German.
Thank you so much. We'll put everything in the show notes, and I'm just so excited to watch you thrive.
Thank you for having me.